You can tell a lot about someone by how they enter a conversation, but the real giveaway is how they leave one. Because anyone can fake charm for a few minutes, but the ones with genuine social polish, they don't vanish mid-scroll. They don't walk away like they've ticked a box. They close a conversation the way you'd close a beautiful book, deliberately, gracefully, with a lingering sense of care. Today we're talking about what happens after the small talk fades, after the polite smiles, after the, anyway, I should get going, because the most elegant people, they leave an impression when they're no longer in the room. Let's begin. Number 1. They don't mentally drop you. You know that feeling when someone clearly stops listening the second they're done talking? Yes. Elegant people don't do that. Just because the conversation is over doesn't mean their attention vanishes like foam on a bad cappuccino. They maintain presence, whether that means walking you to the door, holding eye contact as you leave, or even referencing something you said later. To them, conversations aren't transactions. You won't catch them glancing around the room for someone more important, or worse, pulling out their phone while you're still finishing your sentence. They know that presence, especially at the end, is what people remember most. Number 2. They say goodbye like they mean it. Not the awkward half-wave while backing away. Not the trailing off. Okay, so, yeah. Elegant people treat the exit of a conversation like a closing scene. They look you in the eye and say something real. It was lovely talking to you. Thank you for the chat. I really enjoyed it. I hope we bump into each other again soon, even if they never plan to. Because the point isn't to make a promise. It's to offer closure with kindness. And goodbyes deserve as much care as hellos. Number 3. They handle awkward endings gracefully. We've all had it happen. The goodbyes that go on for too long. The conversation that ends weird. The wave goodbye that accidentally turns into a side hug. The you too when someone says happy birthday. Cringe. Yes. Unavoidable. Also yes. But elegance isn't about never being awkward. It's about handling awkwardness with grace. Elegant people might make a gentle joke to diffuse the moment, or simply smile and move on without turning it into a full-blown existential crisis. They don't cling to embarrassment. They let the moment pass, with dignity and a little humor. Number 4. They follow up. An elegant person doesn't see a good conversation as a one-off. They follow up, but never in a way that screams, "Please validate me." We've all met the serial follow-uppers. One conversation, and suddenly you're getting 6 memes, a calendar invite, and an unsolicited podcast recommendation. Polished people might send an article that reminded them of your chat, or recommend that restaurant you were looking for, or simply say, "I really enjoyed our conversation today. Thank you." It's not networking, it's nurturing. You feel remembered, but not chased, acknowledged, but not cornered. And yes, there's a difference. One feels like a cold LinkedIn pitch, the other feels like connection. Number 5. They give space to reconnect. Some people treat conversations like a to-do list. If there's no follow-up, no clear resolution, no emotional debrief, they spiral. Should I message her? Was that vibe weird? Not every conversation needs a sequel. Not every interaction needs to be closed out like a therapy session. And not every person has to become a friend, a contact, or a story. Elegant people are comfortable with incompletion. They don't force reconnection just to calm their own nerves. They might wait a few days, or weeks, to check in. They trust the social rhythm. They leave room for others to come back when it's natural. It's not detachment. It's poise, which, let's be honest, is a rare and underappreciated virtue these days. Number 6. They reflect. They don't spiral. After a social interaction, many people spiral. Did I talk too much? Was that joke weird? Why did I bring up my colonoscopy over lunch? You know the drill. The dinner is over, your makeup's off, and you're lying in bed replaying every syllable like it's a courtroom deposition. But elegant people? They reflect without self-flagellation. They might mentally replay the exchange to note something interesting you said, or check if they interrupted too much. But it's constructive, not obsessive. The difference? They learn, adjust, move on. They don't over-edit the moment in their heads, because that's not social awareness. It's performance anxiety in pearls. Number 7. They don't overshare regret. We've all sent one of those awkward texts. "Ugh, I feel like I talked way too much. Sorry. Did I offend you when I said that thing about your cat's weight?" Stop. Elegant people don't do post-conversation damage control unless it's genuinely warranted, because they know that over-apologizing draws more attention to something that no one noticed. If you said something offensive, fine. Apologize. But if you're just feeling insecure and fishing for reassurance, keep it to yourself. Elegance means trusting the moment as it was, not rewriting the whole thing with a red pen afterward. Number 8. They don't share private moments publicly. That deep, soulful conversation you had at brunch? The one where someone opened up about their divorce, their anxiety, their strained relationship with their sister? It's not for your Instagram story, or your group chat, or your podcast called Hot Tea with Kim. Elegant people understand something most others don't. They don't use someone's trust as conversational currency. They don't say, I won't name names, but someone told me the wildest thing the other day. Because nothing kills intimacy like realizing you were just material for someone else's anecdote. Number 9. They never make it obvious they're judging you. Even if the conversation was dull, even if you overshared about your dog's digestive issues, even if your breath could knock out a Victorian child, elegant people don't show it. No eye rolls, no faux sweet bless your heart faces. They exit with the same grace they entered with. Will let you finish your story, even if it involves your chiropractor's dating life and a conspiracy theory about kombucha. And when it's over, they'll thank you for the conversation, smile graciously, and walk away. And if they need to avoid you next time, they'll do it quietly, without spectacle, because elegance means never making someone else feel small, even if they completely misunderstood the difference between your and your mid-sentence. Number 10. They don't gossip the minute you leave. This one's brutal, but you can feel it when someone's the type to smile to your face, then roast your outfit the second you walk away. Elegant people never do that, not because they're saints, but because it's low. They don't bond through judgment. They don't need to tear you down to boost their own social capital. You'll never know what they really thought. And that, my dear, is the whole point. Number 11. They remember and reuse details later. You casually mention your daughter's applying to university. 2 months later, they ask, oh, right, you said your daughter's applying to Oxford. How did that go? Elegant people have excellent conversational memory. Why? Because they listen, actively, intentionally, not just for their reply, but for connection, names, places, that book you were reading, the dog you mentioned once. And when they bring up that one detail a month later, it makes you feel remembered, noticed, valued. That's social grace at its most subtle and its most powerful. The way you end a conversation says just as much, if not more, than how you began it. Because anyone can start with charm, but only the truly elegant leave people feeling good afterward. If you want to build a reputation that lingers in the best way, don't just focus on what you say, focus on what happens next. Which of these felt most true to you? Or, which do you want to work on? Like this video, subscribe for more timeless elegance in a modern world. And if you'd like to peek into my personal beauty and living essentials, they're waiting for you on my Amazon storefront. Link below. As always, stay classy, manners matters.